Hello everyone and welcome back to round 5 of the K-12 grade championships on WGM Sabina Foisor. Very excited to be back here after a very long day. Today is the last round of the day only, round 5. 2 more rounds will be played tomorrow and they will determine the winners of every single one of the grade championships. As you know, there are 12 tournaments running in the same time. So we have first grade, second, third, fourth, and so on, all the way till 12th grade. Typically, I start choosing the games from the 12th grade, but I make an effort to look at every single game. It means a lot to have the opportunity to look at over 30 games altogether from every single one of the section. And regardless of the level of the players competing in the tournament, all of them amaze me with the amount of work they put into the tournament, into the games, and they don't give up until the end. So that's always something really nice to see. As always, very thankful to US Chess for giving me the opportunity to cover these events. I hope those of you who are on site are having a good time and enjoying the location, enjoying the weather, and having another good tournament. It's always important to get good memories from these ones, and I love that these tournaments also have side events that you can have a nice learning experience from. And of course, the stream brings hopefully additional educational content that can be taken and learned by everyone, and just helps enrich enrich lives. So I wanted to start the day because we have crossed the half of the tournament, with this being 5th round. So I wanted to kind of take a look at the current standings. So let's look at the pairings in each section really fast, and gonna see what we can expect for this round. So on the for the 12th grade, there is one player only with 4 out of 4, and that is Jed Sloan. He's facing the highest rated player in the 12th grade, and that is FIDE Master Safranek William, who's on 3.5, and we have 3 other players with 3.5, and those players are Liang Yucheng, Chakravarti Aritro, and Singhi Advei. Some of the other players are with 3 points and are looking at trying to catch up with the leaders. There's 3 more rounds, with this one included, until the end of the tournament, so anything is still possible for a lot of the players who are on 3 points too. Going on to the 11th grade, we have actually 3 players with 4 out of 4, and those 3 players are Nanda Kumar Vasegaran, Zhao Eric, or Eric Zhao, and Huang Zholi. Very, very nice to see 3 players. This is also one of those tournaments that has a little bit more players. And then we have 2 players with 3.5, Logan Sheffer and Jerry Yao. The rest of the players with 3 points and less. So ideally, we would expect that a lot of the players with between these 5 players, but someone with 3 points could also catch up and finish on the top places. 10th grade brings 3 players with 4 out of 4. Gordon Xu, Sebastian Suarez, who got kind of a nice last round there, being able to outplay his opponent and win. So he's on 4 out of 4. And Will Morehouse, I often see competing in a lot of tournaments. 1 player only with 3.5. No, actually there are 2, apologies. Nikash Vemparala and Austin Tang. And then we have quite a few players with 3 points looking at catching up with the leaders. Going on to 9th grade, 1 player only, Aditya Das with 4 out of 4, and then we have 4 players, Nitesh Cherukuri, Sandeep Timas Samudram, hopefully I pronounced it correctly, and Ryan Zhu and Arhan Javeri, all of these players with 3.5. 8th grade, 2 players with 4 out of 4 who are playing one another, so this is going to be an exciting game to look at. Connor Wang playing against Austin Zhao, while Vihan is looking at catching up with them, standing at 3.5. Quite, and we also have Varun Yengar with 3.5. The 2 of them did not play one another because they did. So Anand VJ is facing Vihan, while Varun plays with the black pieces against Shriyan. 3 players with 4 out of 4 in the 7th grade: Yang Maxwell, Ethan Guo, and Vidip Kona Kumar. This is also, I think, this is one of those grades that has one of the largest numbers of players, as you can see. With 3.5, we have, how many do we have? I didn't even count them. 6 players with 3.5. 6th grade is another one of those tough competitions with 4 players with 4 out of 4. So we might see some decisive games here, and then maybe tomorrow another 2 players will be on 4 out of 4, or maybe we'll have a lot of players with 4.5 catching up. Lots of players with 3.5 in this section as well. 5th grade brings in 4 players with 4 out of 4. One, actually, wow, it's really nice to see. 3 of them are girls. Nice one, girls. Let's go. Let's go. We have Celine Chen playing against Elizabeth Zhu. Srihash Madhipadi playing against Olivia Xu. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna be looking at those 2 boards. It's nice. It's always nice to see females competing for the top place in the grade championships. 4th grade, 4 players also with 4 out of 4, as you can see. We also have a girl, Chloe. No, wait. No. We don't have any female in this in the top. Apologies. 3rd grade. Spinal Tap. Who are your kids? I don't know who are your kids. Tell me the names and then we'll see. 5 players with 4 out of 4. Matthew Zhang, Brian Liu, Matih Balamurali, Dande Ridam, and Wang Buyuan. Lots of players trailing with 3.5. This being the 3rd grade. In 2nd grade, we still have quite a lot of players, 5 to be exact, with 4 out of 4. Abramovitz, Benjamin, Mehmet Iliani, we've seen a lot of his games very brilliantly, winning. He's the highest rated in that section. Dario Neshvadian, Samir Salem, and Pande Aryan. Lots of players with 3.5, so this is quite a contested section. 2 in the 1st grade, we're actually not getting any of the live games, but I can tell you that there are 5 players with 4 out of 4. So that said, Arif, which section is Arif playing in? Pretty sure I saw the name. Do you think I know every single person in which section they are Spinal Tap? I'm so sorry. I do not remember every single person unless I've seen their games quite a lot. But anyways, you can catch up with the results and everything. And if you see their games broadcasted live, please do not hesitate to let me know. I'll gladly be looking at some of your students' games and discussing them together. Okay, I believe everyone is excited to get into the actual games. Come on, Sabina, you're talking too much. I know. I've been told that way too many times. Okay, let's get into the games. We'll start with the 12th grade, the first board on the 12th grade, and Jed Sloan was the sole leader with 4 out of 4. He's facing the highest rated player in the 12th grade, and that is FIDE Master William Safranek. And looks like William is actually doubling black. He had black in the previous game. He got a bit lucky, and now he's doubling black because Jed had to switch colors, so it does make sense here. And they go for the Italian, but black plays d5 early on. Okay. Castle, bishop b3, a4. I like that move, trying to threaten a5, chase the knight away, knight c3, and we have the current position. It's early to tell what's going to happen here, but this is definitely one of those games that we have to make sure we come back to. Are these FIDE ratings? Yes, normal and super. So basically, I think chess.com pulls out their FIDE ratings. If you check on that link that I gave you with the results, you can see the pairings results and standings and everything. Just changing tabs basically on the link, and you will be able to see maybe the USCF rating that they have, because after all, this is a USCF rated tournament. But somehow, you know, when you input the names on the DGT, they pick up their FIDE, so that's why we see that. No other reason. Okay, so let's check out second board. Another Dutch by Aritro. Knight g5, f4. Interesting setup by Liang. Do you think black will play d5 too, so that we can both have an outpost in the center? Probably not. I'm anticipating more like an e6, you know? Like, it would make a bit more sense. It would make a bit more sense to play e6 instead of that. e5 is not really an option right now, so still pretty early to tell. e5, I don't know. It just seems like it will give white the ability to trade. Maybe we can. I mean, I'm not opposed to giving up the bishop for the knight here, and then trying to get that pawn after. I would probably do it. So it's more wise for black to play e6, maybe figure out a way to defend the knight with maybe queen e8, and then maybe a6, b5, or b5 directly. The knight, of course, needs to be protected first, otherwise you lose it. So we have an English, quite symmetrical English in this game. Amog is back. He had a tough loss yesterday. Basically, he's back on the top boards. Amog actually lost to Arko Chakrabarti Roy. Another English here. The previous round was the round of the Sicilians and Caro-Kann, so let's see if something is happening a lot in today's round as well, in this round 5 as well. Everything looks pretty good here for white. This is something we haven't seen in a while, or ever. I don't think we've seen it in this tournament. Some old style Indian, I would call this. Knight f3, knight c5. Was knight c5 played a bit too soon by black? Because a lot of the times people play a5 first and then they go knight c5. But maybe this is some home prep, attracting b4, and then being ready to place the knight to e4. And this would lead to some trades, which of course are in black's favor because they're lacking quite a bit of space here, actually. Iris suffered a tough defeat in the previous round. She's playing against the Caro-Kann, one of her main weapons with the black pieces as well. It looks like this is becoming the line these days. No more h4, h5, just bishop d3 directly, trading the bishop, and then finding a way to put on the pressure here after c5, responding with c3, and then kind of focusing on the king side. With the knights being placed like this, it does help white to play f4 a bit faster. This is going to be a lot harder for Logan. Yes, definitely it's going to be a lot harder to play knight b4. For those of you who haven't seen, you definitely should check out Logan. You should check out Logan Scheffer's previous round. He's the previous, when I say previous, I mean yesterday's round too. It was a brilliant game. You can actually read about it if you check out Chess Life Online's news. Great articles written by JJ. You don't want to miss them. I have made some notes about that game, and it's certainly in the article, so you guys hopefully will enjoy it as much as we did analyzing it. And Logan was very kind to stop by the stream and actually talk to me about his thinking process in the game. Okay, so here we had another dragon. Today has brought a lot of dragon positions, actually. Bishop b7, bishop c4, very nice arrangements, g4. Okay. What's wrong? Ah, this is a current position. I was like, why is white not playing? Bishop b3, I'm anticipating, of course. And now, I don't know what we'll see. Will we see a5, you think, by black? a5 or knight e5, I think, are the two moves that are quite popular here for black. To bring the knight to c4, keep some pressure on those pawns so that you don't dare to advance too soon. So that is a potential option for black here. This was another Sicilian. What kind was it? Kann. The Kann variation of the Sicilian with g3 fianchetto bishop. Okay. I do like the setup for white against the Kann. Okay, the queen did not really get to c7. Maybe it has a different name. If black doesn't play queen c7, if you guys know, please don't hesitate to let me know. One of the things that I've been struggling with ever since I was a kid is remembering the exact variation names in the Sicilian. I don't know why. They seem quite similar to me. I was like, this is it? No? Okay. To this day, I'm still confusing some. So if it has a different name, don't hesitate to let me know. Yesterday's Amo game in US Chess, asked him about the Queen Sacabat. He had counterplay, but he had to re-sacrifice the queen back. I actually corrected myself for the annotation in the article, because I had not seen it originally when I first talked about it. Queen takes f2, but then I figured it out when I was doing the additional analysis for the article, and yeah, so that's good. And he's back. He had a tough loss around, what was it, round 2, but then he's back now on a DGT board, so hopefully he can maintain. And he got hopefully a good night's sleep, because today Today is going to be a very, very long day. And that's good. That's good to hear. What is this? Okay, 4 knights. Interesting. Okay, I was wondering how did the bishop land on d3? Was it on purpose or not? This is a very, I think I've seen a game like this recently. I don't know where. Where could I have seen it? I guess d5 is not, black might not be ready for it. Potentially we take, and then what do we go, check, or, and then we might actually be able to win some material. So maybe if you're black in this position, you don't want to do that. Maybe you're just gonna be cautious and just go bishop c5 followed by castle. If queen g3, okay, we can castle, I think. This pawn is not capturable, is it? Maybe it is. I'm not liking this. I'm rethinking. I see the engine says 0-0, but no, I'm rethinking my idea of bishop c5. Maybe I'm just gonna be cautious. This is more like a cautious one. Sure. Nitish, I try my very best. I'm glad if I can help make a difference in any way, shape, or form. It's always a pleasure to share my knowledge when I get the chance to. So what have we got over here in this position then? Maybe b3, bishop b2 for white, right? Or we could consider some queen g3 and trying to, but the queen will be chased away from there. It's not really my ideal location for the queen. But this is still early. Oh, is this an alapin? Yep. Forever famous alapin. Sicilian, queen h5, a6, takes. So white gets a good development, but eventually will be chased away. And then presumably bishop g7, knight f3, castle. And we'll have to protect this pawn further, maybe bishop g5. Okay, Michigan Eagle. You're working on your jokes. Your jokes are getting better. They're getting better every day. I know yesterday you thought they weren't, but I missed it. I read it only after the stream. Ed said something. Don't encourage. Oh, okay, no. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just meant they're getting worse. They're getting worse each time. Was that what you expected me to say? Don't worry. I have a very dear friend of mine that we would sometimes make jokes about specific player names because they sounded kind of funny, you know. And okay, I don't want to make them on US Chess. Maybe on my channel one day you can ask me about that if you remember, and then I will mention it. I don't want anyone to make some clip and be like, Sabina, what did you say about this player's name? You know, my name also means something in Romanian language, which is my native. language. So there were a few jokes being made about it, but yeah, I got used to it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. So it's just, it is what it is. It's a name. It's a name. It's just we always like to connect the dots with various words we hear. Anyways, moving on to the next position. Aha, I love to see this g4 move here, because g4 is my go-to when I can. So we had a queen's gambit, transposition into a Meran. Well, I call this Meran, Semislav if you want to call it that way. But the bishop is in g5. Typically, this line with g4 happens when the bishop is in c1. So let's see. Bishop c4, bishop f4, and now we go for g4. The idea is if you take, we're going rook g1 and h5 or something, h3, knight f6, and now, ladies and gentlemen, oh, there's even better. Maybe knight here, yeah. The knight cannot move because we also have queen takes h5 ideas, so yeah. Okay. That is funny. That's pretty funny. Rook e8 was played. We need to make sure nothing is gonna fall here. Should we go rook g1 or h4 is the question. Maybe rook g1 first. Maybe black's gonna go knight here or bishop here, one of those. And then we can continue with g5. And white is obviously going to castle long, maybe queen c2 long castle, and we'll focus on a kingside attack. This would be potentially a very nice game. I am really looking at these ideas with h4, which I can't really find easy to make work, but maybe queen d2 and maybe just h3, knight h2, f4 could be something. Or g3, h4, sure, g3, h4, h5, yeah. Those things could work for white for sure in that position. So, small edge. And this was some other Sicilian, very likely. Some close one. Do we have any requests for this round? Caro. Bishop e3 might have been unnecessary in that game of Aditya, probably. But okay, he needs to develop his bishop eventually, so I mean, I don't think it's that terrible to, I mean, he does need to develop it, I don't know. What I'm not super fond of, I would say, in this position would probably be the bishop in f1. Like, that bishop, you would have wanted to have it on that diagonal, but, you know, we have to work with what we're given, so yeah, bishop e3 I think is fine. So g3, h4. Challenger Duke. Long time no see either. Yeah, so It's been a long summer. It's been a long few months after that. I've been struggling with having lost my voice for a period of the summer, and I've been working on healing that. It's not easy. You have to be very careful. I was told if you talk too much, and I do. Do I talk too much? Of course. I talk too much. Even when I shouldn't be talking, like when I should be relaxing. For example, today, right? There are 3 rounds. So how many was that? Like 3.5 hours times three, like 10.5, 11 hours of commentary today. And you would expect that in between the rounds, when I actually have about an hour to relax, I would relax, but no, I still talk. So that's terrible. It's probably more than 50,000 words per day. I don't know how many they say you're talking. Maybe that's ginormous. Maybe 10,000. I don't know how many, but it's definitely a lot. So when you are a person like me that talks too much, you have to work around it. And I also teach, so it hasn't been a good. And every time I was getting better and I was traveling somewhere, I would come back and then I was getting sick again. So knock on wood, got no wood here, but knock on wood, I'm okay right now. Hopefully no more issues with the voice, and hopefully I'll be able to be streaming more, both here on US Chess and on my channel. Okay, for US Chess, I don't know what's the plan to stream again. I don't know yet at this point. Definitely tomorrow you will see me here. But after this tournament, I'm not sure. I can tell you that I will be doing a monthly podcast. I'll continue to do my class and session podcast with US Chess on YouTube. So if you haven't followed, you can definitely check out the follow or subscribe to US Chess on the different social media platforms, including YouTube, where a lot of educational videos have been or will be posted, including 3 different podcasts. So that you will see a lot of, and hopefully more commentary for sure. That's something I enjoy. You can always message me for a class if you want to have a class together, but mostly, this is where you'll see me. So it's good to be back. You haven't gotten the chance to play me. I'm sorry about that. I don't always. It's been a while since I played the followers or subscribers, but maybe one day again soon. Aliat, you recommend tea with honey? Yes, I've been drinking a lot of tea. Trust me, I'm having additional tea over here. Trust me, it's happening. Green tea. Green tea, mint, hibiscus, any other things that you can think of. Chamomile. I don't know. I love tea and coffee. So, but when you have issues, with your voice not working properly, you should definitely avoid coffee. Coffee is a bit too acidic for that. All right, sounds goody. Sounds goody. What is happening right now here? B3 is a line that you see more rarely, but you can get good positions with white. I've seen a lot of people who actually attempt long castle, but with the setup like this, I don't see a long castle. But is 2200 USCF difficult to get? I don't know. It depends on the amount of time that you have to dedicate to chess to improve. It depends on whether you're studying the right kind of material, if you can afford a coach, someone to guide you, or at least a mentor to guide you through the process of what you need to study weekly. Whether you have the ability and the financial support of your own to be able to compete in tournaments, to play against other players. So it does require quite a bit of commitment, whether it is financial or just making a routine so that you constantly study. But I think it's a doable, achievable level, but it takes time. So it takes time and commitment and financial resources. Oh my goodness, what has happened here? Okay, 4-9 Sicilian. This is a sharp line. This is one of those. There's a game like this at the Super Nationals, maybe by Megan Paragua or something, or maybe some nationals last year. Bam, F6, and not just Megan. Was it Megan? And there was another. There was another one. There was Tani had played something like this. A very interesting game played by Tani. It was annotated by me for the article that JJ posted. I remember it was at the Super Nationals. So rook b1, queen c4 is not necessarily the best move, though it has been played here. And here black has to go bishop d4 check and king g3, and the game continues. It's a mess, but if you know how to deal with the situation, you should survive. Because you are up material after all. Sorry. What do you do after losses? Well, that is the question. That is a great question. You find a way to take them as part of your improvement path, basically. So you go back, are open to analyzing the game, understanding your mistakes, and trying to make a promise to try to avoid making that same mistake again. It's not easy when you make mistakes. It's not easy at all to come back after a loss. But if you do not find the strength to realize that it's part of the game, then it will be frustrating. And I think almost for every single player, especially those who have gotten to be professional chess players, even for those it is difficult, but they have mastered the art of losing, I guess I would say. They learn how to accept that you cannot win at all, and they don't let that affect them too much. I mean, maybe on that specific moment, yes, they will be frustrated about it, but they're really open to understanding the weaknesses so that they can get better. You cannot become really good unless you understand what it means to pass through some difficult times. And defeats in chess, I think, are those that build you to be stronger, because you simply experience the toughness of the game, and you know, it's just a lesson. Just take it as a lesson. That's it. It's much easier said than done, I know. But you just go on and you play and you lose again, and that's okay. And you learn the mistake. You go back, analyze it. Next time you play it, you'll make another mistake. Hopefully not the same one. And time and time again, you will lose, and you will come back because you have given yourself time to really understand the motive for the loss. And you should really like just remind yourself that you cannot let it affect you. You will play another game tomorrow, or whenever that happens. You will play again, and you will not always win. So do you think a year from now you will think about that loss that you had? Occasionally you might be reminded, but you might be reminded of it because you actually grew from it, or maybe something similar reminded you of it, and maybe you had a similar position and you avoided the same mistake. You know, it is how it goes. I have a student who's been learning new openings, and I have asked my student to play some training games against someone else, and it's been tough for both her and myself because she's been losing a lot, really badly. Like, it's not just 1-2 games, it's really 10 or more. And it's the same opening, but every single time she plays it again, she has learned something and she's not making the same mistake. And while it is tough for her, we have come to an understanding that it's better to lose online and learn from it now than to go over the board playing a tournament where you have spent a lot of money to go to. And yeah, so better lose now, learn from it, and hey, positive thinking. Trust me, it works. Hopefully that was good advice. I don't know. Okay, so we have a Nimzo here, some other Nimzo here, bishop g5 h6. Doesn't this allow the sacrifice? I believe so, and I'm not keen on black's position. I think white is very active. Sure thing. I mean, it's not easy, I know. Just try to think positively. Think about real life. The trials and errors that we have to go through in our real life, and let that be the motivating factor for you going forward. Queen takes h6. White is building up the Pillsbury attack, 95 f4. And with the two bishops here, I'm predicting some potential sacrifices. Maybe double bishop sacrifice, who knows? Something of that sort. Rook lift ideas are possible too. When you have a semi-open position like this one, there can be various ideas that are good. Thinking positive would be thinking of ice cream. What does that have to do with anything? It's cold, it's winter. Nobody wants ice cream in the winter. Do they? I don't. Hot chocolate. That's what you want in the winter. Okay, so Celine has had a great win, and I guess she's doubling white. She's getting 2 whites. I don't know what she had previously. Elizabeth, this is Elizabeth's first DGT board. Elizabeth goes for the Banco. White doesn't take it, and we get this interesting variation. I think queen takes f6 is going to be played, and now maybe bishop takes b5, but white has to fast proceed with the development here, knight f3 castle, because otherwise black will get this d5 in, and things could go wrong. All these games are played over the board. They're played on DGT boards that transmit the moves to us, to chess.com, and then I'm looking at them and stuff. You guys are funny. That's good. Funny is good. There's a key matchup over there. Olivia's also having a nice position. Very nice. Although I see a lot of reds. Red colors. So we had some kind of Caro, advanced Caro. Black closes down the position and castles long, and white will find her way. Uh-oh, maybe, or his way, sorry. Black will find his way to attack. Not with that move. I like f5 much better. I guess it is not much better because black gets this. Okay, then just not touch it. Do not touch that. If we take, black takes like this. It's not so easy to actually open up black's king side. Maybe a5? a5, a6, or maybe just switch over rook f1. The h-file getting opened, it's gonna be difficult for white to defend h2. Oh, bishop g1, that looks a bit scary. To f6, I like that. And then if you take, knight takes, and then maybe bishop here, and extra pressure. b4. b4 in that position after queen c6? Maybe. And then if I take, you want to take with the knight and kind of put some pressure. But we'll never really open up the queen side. I think that just closes things down. But yeah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, but you're trying to open up the position, not close it. That move was closing things down, but it seemed fine because it stopped the threat, but like normally you wouldn't think of that. White should have been actually on the king side because that was the side of the board where white had more space. I think white was playing on the wrong side of the board. Okay, this looks quite equal. I have a student who has this name, but it cannot be my student because I thought my student didn't go to this tournament. It must be some other person with the same name. Mehmet is definitely cruising through the tournament with bishop pairs. It's great center here. I don't think you have time to take this. Should we go here? And then maybe doubling up on the f-file. And lastly, exchange French. I haven't seen an exchange French yet in this tournament. I think that we didn't really see one. White gets a little bit of edge here if somehow we could get the rook switched over to be brought to the g file. Yes, queen g3, and I was thinking f4 would have made some sense for white to try to get a bit of extra space. Queen f4, I don't know, it's not really helping that much. Ideally, a sacrifice in h6 would be brilliant, but you know, check also doesn't help much. It goes back. This is a move we have to stop because black is putting additional pressure, so it's tricky. It is tricky. So what happened? Okay, so this is the current position. So we have some very interesting positions actually, pretty much in every game. Some are still equal, but you know, we're working on it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, it's been a long day, so I think I'll take a bit of a break. I'll take smaller breaks now. I usually don't take as many, but it's starting to show. So we'll take a short break, maybe just 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll leave you with the games. You're playing live in Spokane? Nice. Listen, here's the thing. If you dislike a specific opening, what I recommend you to do is actually go online and play it. And then go online and select puzzles with that specific opening and study them. In real life, when you don't like something, can you always avoid doing it just because you don't like it? I don't think so. Most people have to do things that they don't like. And while some openings could be unpleasant, and I can tell you something, the reason we often say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, is because we don't understand it. So if you spend time, if you let someone explain it to you, and you spend time with it, trust me, you will get to understand it. There's nothing in this world that I think we cannot do, really. It's just we don't understand it, and sometimes we don't have the patience for it. That's one thing. I mean, trust me, I know. I have a lot of things I have patience for. Chess is one of those things, but there's a lot of things in life that I want to see results immediately, and if I don't see it, I get maybe frustrated. I don't want to do it anymore, and I've noticed that in recent years. So I take a step back, I think about it more, and I realize, wait, I didn't become, you know, I didn't get to where I am overnight. I didn't become a woman grandmaster, you know, overnight. It took years. It took a lot of the strategizing, you know, it took a lot of hard work, and it happened. Yeah, I had moments where I didn't like playing chess. I'm not afraid to admit it. But I try to ask myself, what is it that I like the most about it? What is it that I want to achieve with it? And if I, you know, and I realized I didn't understand specific things, and I did that. Try that. Try that if there's something in chess that you dislike, some specific opening, some specific, you know, idea, and see how it goes. It might change completely your perspective about it. Okay. All right. So, you know, try other lines too. Try other lines. Just play it. Just play it out. Try other lines. If you don't like the advanced variation, play knight c3. You don't like knight c3, play knight d2 variation. You don't want to play that, play exchange and play the pawn off. I mean, so many options that you can have, that it's really hard to say you don't like any one of them. You just don't understand them, spend the time, and things will work out in your favor, I promise. I will take that small break as I told you guys, and we'll be seeing you guys in just about 5 to 7 minutes. I will leave you with the overview of all the games, so hopefully you got something to do. If not, the link to the chess.com broadcast of all the games is up there. It's pinned to the chat, so see you guys very, very soon. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about the delay. I decided I did want some more tea, so that took a bit longer. Every time I see the name, just I think about the assumed identity of Kent. Yeah, yeah. Those are Clark Kent, huh? Definitely Superman vibes for sure. Okay, so let's see, what have we missed in this game? Knight takes d4, queen f7, bishop f7. And what's happening here? I guess the resulting endgame just simply will be one with opposite color bishops, where very likely could end in a draw. I mean, rating wise, Jed is the player with the low rating, so you know, getting an equal position is of course the right thing to do. Why not, right? This is quite a typical Dutch style position. Hi Chris, you're back. Nice to see you. I don't usually see you that often, so great you're here. Are you following someone in particular? I see you're often checking out the standings and the pairings. Are you looking for someone in particular? Someone's event in particular, or are you just browsing through? Things are going good so far, I think. I would assume. Yeah, you never know. Just you're seeking out talents. I see. You're like one of those people that goes what's in the name? The name of the person who goes to check out like football games, scouts or something. They go and they look at football games, like high school football games or something, and they try to find the talents to scouts. Yeah, you're scouting talents. That's very wise. You never know what you may see, what interesting games you may come across. So maybe you'll find the move of the game, some tactical position like you found that h takes g4 in the previous round. That was a very nice one. We're having some relatively balanced positions in most things that I've seen so far. f5. That's true. That is true. Totally agree. It feels good to be known by someone. Yeah. I see. Makes them feel. Yeah, that is the right approach. That is the right kind of approach. I agree. If you really do care, you better care. Okay. This position looks fine. It's only been about an hour and 19 minutes since they started, so I I don't see anything dramatic yet. And you know I love finding tactical ideas. Ooh, maybe here Logan is building up some attack. F4, bishop h3, e4, e3. Stuff like that is possible. Rook a2. That was wise because at some point the rook will come to a2. And black will be doing quite well there. So do I anticipate bishop h3? Or maybe something even better than that? Yeah, so that you know how dangerous your first round opponent in what tournament? How often do you play Michigan Eagle? Yes, yes. I've played a tournament in Texas in Houston last year. It was organized by Frank, and I played Logan actually, and I met his parents in the first day, and I played him, and he played really well against me. We got a draw. He was much lower rated, so he's gained a lot of ratings, and yeah, I met his parents. They seem very nice people, and I've seen them since and at a few other national tournaments. I feel like they're both there probably, or at least I think I saw a picture of his mom. Gotcha, Michigan, go. Yeah, I only played one rated tournament this year. I'm displeased with myself, but like I said, I've been dealing with some personal matters that I have to work through, and once those settle, I'll be back over the board. So I guess we can anticipate queen takes e2 here. Black is fine. Black is fine. You didn't play any rated tournaments. But you have directed quite a few. One which you forgot your jacket. And the other one, you became famous. You know? That is impressive. Not that you weren't famous before. Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound like that. It's okay, it happens. It happens. No worries. I'm usually forgetting shoes, so I get all this business like stuff, and then it's not that I don't have like 20 something pairs of shoes I just found the other day. I don't know. I didn't even know I had those shoes. I thought I had lost them. It's good to clean your place from time to time, you don't know which suitcase you might find something. But yeah, I usually these days it's sports shoes. But if you're going to a business like opening ceremony or something, oh, this is always nice to see. Then you definitely need some fancier kind of shoes. So it's okay, it happens. Oh, nice! You're going to the World Rapid and Blitz. That's nice, Chris. Well, I hope. I don't know if you've been to Qatar before, but I hope you have a great time there. The food is pretty good, and weather should be fine as well. Hopefully, hopefully. Yeah, definitely an umbrella. Definitely get an umbrella. And the jackets, plural. Maybe get some short sleeve jackets. It might be warm still. Not in the playing area though. Okay. Is this really defending? I'm bringing a new knight. It's the attack of the knights. Knight's attack. This is tough. Okay, if you choose to take, do we recapture or do we go g5 first? Or do we go rook takes? Because we have way too many options here that are good. Maybe this one might not be so good, I guess. A g5, knight e8. Knight to bring it here. Yeah, the problem is black cannot play after knight e8. Black cannot play king h8 because that rook is hanging. So white is building up a nice attack. Yeah, white's doing pretty great here. Okay, this is one of those typical Maruti kind of position. Okay, there's no fianchetto bishop, but it's one of those positions where black needs to find the right moment to play b5, d5, or f5. You have to break through because at this point no pawn has crossed or gotten on the half of the board, and that is a problem. So I guess this has happened. Stephen keeps giving pawns. I don't know what's going on here. Is this part of the line? Might be. Bishop h6. Or maybe, wait, can we go... Bishop e3 to have this idea? Maybe we'll just go f4 or something. Okay. So must be some kind of planned idea of giving up material. This looks like a Smith-Mora kind of position, but I'm not quite sure exactly how we proceed with the attack further because it's not clear. But we need this bishop gone from here for sure to put some pressure on here, or oh, maybe here we could go bishop c5. It's even better. It's much better. Doesn't like my g3. Fine, no g3. Maybe we don't care about losing h2, since f6 might be weak later. f4 directly. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I'm just wondering how serious it is to drop that pawn and take f6. How serious is it? I don't know. Okay, maybe he doesn't care about d6. Maybe he'll just go here. And that's why I wasn't quite sure if f4 is really a thing. And so I kind of wanted g3, f4. I'm not necessarily wanting to give up the pawn. Originally, I was thinking knight takes f6 and bishop takes e6, you know, to try to open things out. But you want to play f4 before that? But how is that? How is that helpful? Maybe here, and then here, or actually g7 maybe. Still not liking it. I mean, there's only g7 and f7. Yeah, you do. Maybe you just take. Maybe you take first to see how he captures, and then rook or d or bishop here. I guess you could do something like that. It's an idea. He has to try to stay. He has more time, so it's important to use it because okay, he has lost already one game, so he cannot afford to lose the second one. I mean, that's for sure. He simply cannot afford it. Yes, we don't know. We'll be back. We'll be back and find out. All I know is that white is preparing a kingside attack, and he should not have cared of that. If you take, there's king b1, so I think he should have just played g5. Just attack. Check. We don't care. It's covered. a2 is also covered, so queen a5 is not really threatening much. So yeah, white is doing good here, but in the game, white ended up playing b3, checky, and g5. No, black took. What? Why not h5? h5 keeps the position close. You don't want to help your opponent. He took? No way. I cannot believe this happened. I mean, this will lead to a mate. We're searching bishop g8, queen h7, queen h8 mate. How's black planning on stopping this mate? Was he planning on actually taking the pawn in g5? With the, like, bishop or something? Or knight? Okay, what's the fastest way for white to win here? Okay, could we do this? Now you cannot take with the knight because we got the mate in 2. So you have to take with the king. Checky. Okay. I believe we can just take and take. This is looking bad. He's never heard that before. Probably not, I'm sure. We can ask him later. Yep, happened. Wait, what? No, why did he take? I mean, I guess that works too, as he's gonna go f4 or something here, maybe. King b1 is fine too. Oh, king u1 is not. Apologies. Apologies, black is gonna escape probably. We can take and he's gonna go through there if you play bishop g8 or something. Okay, so bishop takes f4. Or rook takes if you want to be more fancy, and f4 now. Queen goes back somewhere. And then we got this mate. Very cute one. Oh. And that's why you should remember not to open up files when your opponent is building up an attack. h5, close down the position. I mean, it's imperative. It has to happen. It doesn't happen, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. I know. I feel for Tejas Puram because really now it's bad. Rook takes g5 played. Nice. Nice. And the whole point is to play f4 with tempo. If you don't take bishop, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe he just didn't think that. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he thought he escapes with the king. You know. Maybe he didn't realize it's mate. Maybe he thought he can do something like this, or well, not that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Maybe he just didn't realize that this is a mate. Well, this is a nice attack for white. Okay, Aditya is definitely going for some kind of pressure. I'm not sure exactly where is the pressure. f4, f5 has not been played yet, but it's coming. Knight g3, bishop d3, move the queen, f4, f5. He's up on time, which is pretty nice. You always want to be ahead of your opponent, especially in this time control with no increment, just delay, and only 10 seconds. It's really unheard of. Yes, this has been a really long day. I'm starting to feel the pressure myself, though of course I have not played. Talk too much, I've mentioned that already. But there's a lot of pressure, of course, when you're playing. I can take back, but there's no take backs when you're playing such a tournament. So you definitely need to find the right continuation every time. So someone else who decides to capture an h6 beautiful move. The idea is after g6, I have the feeling we might be sacrificing potentially. Or maybe not yet. Maybe this, with the idea of recapturing. Would look good for white for sure. I guess e7 is not the spot for the queen. I don't know how good this move is, but I kind of like it. I think it's important for black to try to maintain some pieces in the center. Offer some trades. Get some pieces on better positions. Yeah, that would be nice. Or maybe d4 first. Yeah, this is looking fine. Bishop takes b2 probably a bit too soon. And queen e2 is nice because you want to add pressure. If we take, what's gonna happen now? Maybe we just bring in the rook, protect the bishop, and then we have ideas with queen h5. You don't always have to come up with something happening right away. Prophylaxis is always a good kind of approach, keeping things safe. No. So for grades 9th to 12, there's top 4 boards that are being broadcasted, and then from 2nd grade till 8th grade, every top 2 boards. So altogether we have 30 boards that are being broadcasted live, which is quite a lot. I mean, it's actually nice. I remember in the past when there were so much much less boards, sometimes it's difficult to find necessarily positions to talk about. But here, I mean, there's always so much going on. It's hard to not have a topic to talk about. Even when there's no topic, Sabina always has one, so don't worry about it. Leonor, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hi from US. Buenos dias, because it's morning for you already, isn't it? It's like 5 a.m. or something, right? Maybe? Yeah, of course, Chris. Well, it makes sense that they took buys because it was a long day. It was going to be a long day. Do I like King's Gambit? I like Queen's Gambit. I like the Queen's Gambit. I like the King's Gambit too, sure. Why not? I like both gambits. They're good stuff. What was my longest chess game? It was actually against Irina Crush in a US championship. I didn't do it on purpose. I was winning and I messed up, and I, instead of winning it at move 38 or something, or 40, no, 40 50, ended up winning it at move 160 something or 70 something. So that was my longest game. It was a queen end game. Those are the ones. If you ever get a queen end game that you are winning only one pawn and the opponent knows to go on the opposite corner to try to avoid checks and potentially hope for a stalemate, then that game will last forever. Your kid, which board is it, Spinal Tap? He will not throw. Why would he throw? Just tell me the board, and after I see the position, I can tell you if he will throw or not. You said somewhere around 6th grade, so I think I'm approaching. Wait, I said bishop h6. I said bishop h6. Elliot, why haven't you taken? Wait, these guys agreed on a draw? Come on, no. No. Well, now here you got nothing to do. No, bishop takes h6. Sad. Knight d5 doesn't do anything. Reggie, are you okay? Guys, just give me a second. Gotta check on my cat. Are you okay, sweetie? Reggie? Apologies. I guess she was not feeling well. She's here. She came to say hi. Right, Reggie? You gonna stay here for a bit? You okay? She has these nightmares sometimes, and I'm scared. I don't know what is going on. Anyways, you good? Yeah, she's good now. She is some kind of Maine Coon mix. Okay, you're good. You're okay. Everything's okay. Nothing happened. Okay. So it's a pity that Elliot missed, but it's tough. I mean, 3 rounds a day, you know. Bishop takes h6. Board 21. Oh, I'm getting to board 21 now. Castle. Very nice position for white. Okay, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't wanna make like a specific comment because of course you say, but I am liking this position for sure. For white, I'm trying to think of an improvement idea, because obviously you have to do something on the king side of the board. Queen side is kind of restricted and all. So yeah. Giant pawn on a6 for sure. Yeah, that is something. No, I don't think he's gonna throw. He needs to know, hopefully, to create some weakness on this other side of the board, and then go from there. But we'll see. We will see. We're liking this position. I feel like this is looking pretty good for white. That bishop in e8 is not really ideally placed, but okay, from here to winning this is a long path. It's a very long path. So let's see what the girls have been doing in this banco. So wait, I'm a bit surprised. Black allowed white to take, and she recaptured with the pawn, not with the queen. Very interesting. But now black's pawn structure is destroyed. Obviously, that move was played to make sure bishop takes b5 wasn't happening because of this check. But I mean, black remains with a very, very weak pawn structure in this situation. Bishop c4 will be coming. Okay, d5 had to be played to avoid bishop c4. Oh my goodness, Celine is getting aggressive. If you take, we got this check. And you have to calculate and see whether this is really seriously dangerous or maybe king d7. And then if you take, we take, you take bishop a6. Wait, this is not over. Oh no, because you take f7. Oh my goodness, apologies. Okay, so not bishop a6, something else first. Anyways, white cannot castle. Okay, so we need to protect that first. So we're gonna go knight e5, protect that pawn, and then bishop a6, and this is going to look really, really nice for black. So she did not do that. I mean, that did not happen. But can white do something better after king d7? Bishop take, queen takes d5 or bishop takes c6? If we go bishop takes c6, maybe king takes, and then this could lead to something similar, potentially. I mean, maybe bishop somewhere here, or maybe even g4. Not even. Maybe this bishop out first. It's hard to find a move. b3. I don't know if you hear this purring, but this is Regina. Ah, poor girl. She's acting like she's never gotten a petting before in her life. Um, Okay. So that could have happened, but it didn't. We also could have done this, by the way. But then maybe black just escapes and we got nothing. Very interesting position, I gotta say. I mean, it's complicated, to say the least. I'm not even sure this maybe can take some more pawns. Alright, so knight e5 was met with this, which allowed queen takes f7 checky, king d8, checky, queen h8, bishop a6, of course, that was the threat to threaten mate. And now white is thinking, what are some defensive mechanisms? Where first is this check. I think it makes sense to escape with the queen from that potential discovery, right? I think that's just a good approach there. Okay. Should we just go back? Oh, you agree. You agree. Okay. She agreed. She said to go back. Okay. She didn't even look at the position. She knew that's the move. So, what to do now? We have queen h5 as a way to defend when we have castle. And I think that's about it. I don't think we have anything else that we could do to stop the mate. This is not the best. How terrible is this move? Maybe black can attempt bringing some pieces back into the game. I mean, I don't see many other options unless knight d3 is played, but I mean, why would we want to play knight d3? Basically here. I don't think, oh, it makes sense. I don't think that it makes sense to sack the knight, right? There's no other moves. I mean, king d1. I cannot believe that king d1. Oh my god, this is wow. This is unheard of. Some unheard of idea here. King d1. Oh my god. Are you serious? Are you serious? Ay ay ay. King d1 is crazy. Is wow. Bishop a6. Okay, Reggie, sit. Reg. I can't come after you if you have another nightmare. So just sit here. Sit here for now. Bishop a6. King d1. Wow. So first take in h7, then king d1. Do you think Celine is gonna find that? That's the question. Reggie. We're gonna ask Reggie to guess. She doesn't know. She's still deciding. She's still deciding. Oh my goodness, guys, king d1 is so crazy. It's like unheard of. It's like some unheard of idea here. Reggie, can you believe that the king is so safe here? Oh my goodness. Or king c2, actually. Why do I go there? King c2 is perfectly fine. Wow. Brilliant. I mean, yeah, sure, it's the process of elimination. No, there was no, yeah, I guess. There's no queen c4 because the knight is on e5, right? But long castle was allowing bishop retreat, or bishop c8 or something, and not queen c4 because we had the knight. Maybe bishop c8 to be brought back here, and then a2 is hanging, and yeah. Well, this is the position. Celine has 50 minutes to 14 of Elizabeth's. Regina's drinking my tea. Good she doesn't live in England. We would have to feed her tea. Wow. Okay, Celine went for queen h7. Queen h7 on the board right now. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm anticipating knight e7. I think it makes sense. Unless bishop e7 can be played too. But I think still... Oh, long... Wait, was this played or... No, queen h7. You hear the Reggie? Yes, Reggie, what's up? You're gonna have a nightmare if you go back to sleep. I know you. You're gonna just start crying here on stream. You're better off sitting here for now. Yeah. Okay. She wants to have a nightmare. What can I do? Well, that was impressive. If that is found, that is going to be impressive. I gotta say. That is going to be very impressive. Nightmare, yeah, she's gonna have a nightmare. I don't know how often cats, cats, they don't fully sleep, like they don't get deep sleep, I think, very much. They usually wake up relatively easily to the first little noise. That's why they maybe sleep all day, most day, every day. This is a very exciting game. I'm definitely coming back to it. Olivia's playing great as well. Look at that. Really nice position. Okay. Still pretty balanced rook endgame. We've missed quite a bit of. Wait, where is this? Yeah, queen takes d6. And black has 2 knights and a rook for the queen. That's more than enough. And that's definitely more than enough. Black regains his bishop. Oh, they drew. Okay. Another draw. These kids are getting tired, I think. This is the most number of draws that I've seen on a DGT board. Those bishops are crushing. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, that didn't happen. It's a DGT error. That is a DGT error. Don't panic. Don't panic. White did not drop the queen to e4. Is there a particular game you guys want us to go to? This is headed for a draw potentially. I'm not. It's just come on, Chris. I'm not blaming the DGT, but it is a DGT error. You know that those things happen occasionally, and it takes like a few minutes for chess.com to pick it up. Dr. Jemmy, hey, too many strong kids? Way too many strong kids. I don't know if there's even some way to try to improve here. No, I'm not. I'm not in Spokane. I wouldn't really say so because I can play h6 and the bishop doesn't really attack anything. I think h6 is probably gonna be played. So maybe like position is really equal as the engine points at 0-0. The bishop doesn't. If the rook makes it to the 7th rank, I would give some chances, maybe for white. But the way the situation is looking now, I don't think so. I don't think so. And it's interesting to see they're actually maintaining about the same time. Most of these players have a similar time. Yeah, the knight in the middle of the board is fairly strong indeed, yeah. Did we have some kind of discovery here for white? Or maybe bishop h3 first, queen g4? Knight b6, I was thinking about it, yeah, the queen goes back somewhere, and that knight is protected. That's why I didn't want to move the knight anywhere. I didn't see any place. That's why I wanted bishop h3 to put pressure on the knight and threaten that. I don't know if this helps in any way, probably not. Because you do want to create some, maybe just go back and then back to f5. That could be like a nice idea, potentially. I don't see something specific just yet. I mean, I would like this kind of idea potentially as well. That could be working, and then, or, and then queen f3, try to put pressure on f7. I mean, this knight is strong. It'll be hard to get it out. I don't know why this move. Ah, it allows the trading. So while you're maintaining the rook in d1, that move wasn't possible, I think. Or maybe it was. So if we had played bishop f3, knight here, how do we win material? I can feel there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what they say. Maybe just bishop g4. And yeah, this knight will be in trouble. If you choose to move the knight just somewhere randomly, then we got this knight f6 check, and we're attacking the rook through it. So it's a nice tactical idea present. But okay, white went back and forth, and it gave black a couple of moves to try to get rid of that. Now the rook is not pinned anymore, and okay, white is still slightly better, but I'm not sure if he will be able to outplay his opponent. Logan was having a relatively nice attack here. Rook g3, very good. Bishop g Bishop g4, nice. Attack in f2, alright. I'm liking this position. So if you go rook f1 to protect it, what's the fastest way for black to win? I'm just looking at some mating nets here. Do we see any? Rook a2, yeah. I like that. I like that move. It is probably giving some potential defensive resources. Maybe with the queen b1, queen b3. Maybe not. Maybe not, I guess. Ah, this you take. Maybe this. I was looking at some kind of sacrifices here, but the rook in c3 is covering quite a bit of stuff. And this, I don't know, are we ready for something like this? So after rook f1, are we ready for something like this? You obviously cannot take as bishop h3. So maybe something like that could be in the horizon to lock in this rook, and then no moves have been made in this. Oh, no, they have. Oh, wait a second. I thought that worked, but no, sorry. We take the knight, and then that's hanging. So what's the only way for black to keep safe? Can knight f8 maybe? Black ended up taking, and now just lost a piece. And I think he's thinking there's a perpetual, but maybe not. I'm not seeing one. Somehow I should be able to hide it. I don't know how, but somehow. Okay, I found it. Bam. You can take this bishop, but now I'm starting to grab a bunch of pawns, and white will be winning this queen endgame. It will last a long time, but it will be winning for white. This game was won by Abiram. Very nice. Yeah, the knight f5 was crushing. Okay, so he did end up playing the line that I had shown, and now the game finished with mate threat of queen f8, and I guess here it was just a bit too much for black, so he resigned. Doubling up, putting pressure on the pawn in d6, and white is improving step by step, but nothing clear, concrete just yet. Why did Steven play bishop d4? I mean, obviously he wants to take an f6, but can he not play a6? Yeah, a6. If that, we take. I mean, I'm trying to find some infiltration ideas for white. Infiltration is imperative. Oh, also? I really wanted to take. It's not really working yet. Yeah, we probably just get the chance to get the piece back. What is the best way for white to take advantage of this? Of this position? Oh, what about the nah, cannot be a 5, can it? Okay, you're not gonna like this, but hear me out. I'm gonna play here. If only queen takes c7 worked. I mean, that would be nice. Knight f6 first? Knight f6. If you take with the queen, kaboom. If you take with the rook, kaboom. Huh? I just needed a minute. I just needed a minute. Knight f6 would have been nice if, you know, Steven comes on stream. I will show him the knight f6. It's kind of cute. If he comes on stream after the game, obviously, not during. Let's be clear with my statements. When I get tired sometimes, it's not understandable anymore what I'm saying, potentially. So I need to be very clear. I want to sacrifice the queen in c8. Nah, why would I do that? There's no need. See, what bothers me is that black is regrouped somewhat. Somewhat regrouped. And I don't like it. White is doing great with knight f6. I hope white didn't fully get rid of all the ideas in the position, because that would have been such a cute idea. Knight takes f6. Would have definitely liked to see it being played. Okay. Questions? Oh, that mate happened. That mate happened. H takes g5. Tough one. Very tough one for black in this position. Allowing white to fully convert the game after takes and rook takes, queen takes f4, and now no matter where the queen goes, bishop g8, queen h7, bishop d6, queen h8 mate. And it happened. Check, check. Blockading the escape square. And that sealed the deal. Okay. I don't know what that DDI is doing. I thought he was gonna play f4. Am I not understanding this position right? Okay, this trading all the pieces is not gonna help. Trying to play for a win. Now black traded the bad French bishop. So he's doing great. Black, that is. I mean, it's equal. Okay, this... You know what? Queens and opposite color bishops? Anything can happen. Anything. Just say the word, and this very famous game, Karpov Kasparov, from one of their matches. Queens. There are rooks on the board too, but that attack that he's managing to build upon the king side creates imbalances. Wait, what happened here? Knight g6. Brilliant. Okay. This is one of those games. Oh no, my queen. Oh no, mate. Okay, white is just down material in this game, but still the position is quite active enough that it's almost not visible because it's closed. So whenever you're up in exchange, you always want to try to find a way to open the files for your rooks. The extra rook, right? The rooks love open files, open lines, ranks to put pressure. And here, without that, it almost doesn't feel like you're up. Is this a draw? Still playing. But it might be. I mean, a bunch more pawns are gonna fall. Logan with a lot of brilliance, indeed. Indeed. Did he finish? He was winning there. I don't think he was done. I was just looking at that game earlier. So this finished in a draw, which is a pity because white should have played for a win here with bishop h6. He sacked his rook. I thought wasn't this an endgame that had to be a draw earlier? Wait, is this your student? Is this your student spinal tap? Was this your student? I think this was the game that you said he's gonna throw. And I thought he had to open up the position on the... Not here, not c4, not c4. Oh, do not play there. You're helping. This bishop is dead. Ariv, this bishop is dead. Don't touch that side. Just play here. This is what you need to do. Or maybe g3 first. g3, h3, g4. That's something. Here. Not here. Unless rook a5 works. Or maybe rook a5 would have worked. Okay, fine. If you play rook a5, good. If you don't play rook a5, who's playing? White should be winning now. I'm not sure anymore what's happening in this game. Okay, king g2. White is still winning. because he's got 2 pawns. So maybe he will be able to win. He should be able to win after king g2. King g2 played. So he might win Spinal Tap if you're still there. I got a question. I just go, no, we cannot. I wish I could take, like just do it. But there's bishop f7. g3, prophylaxis. But both pawns are hanging, I'm not sure. Okay, the moment of the truth. Did Celine find the move king d1? No! Wait. No, bishop d7 was played, not knight. For bishop d7, long castle was good. I wonder if after 97 she would have seen the correct move would have been king d1. Brilliant. Okay. OMG. Queen c2. Queen c2. Why not bishop c3? Look at this beauty. The beauty. This would have been such a beautiful... Regina? She's fine. Check. Hi. Hello. What's up? It's still working. I'm sorry. I'm still working. I will pet you later. You can take a nap meanwhile. She's looking at the analysis. The Reggie. Maybe check and then we can take. Okay, now black remained with the bishop pair, which I'm not happy about. But she's still up an exchange and a pawn, so could have some winning chances. Bishop c3 would have potentially sealed the deal. It wasn't super easy to find though. Those rooks are so powerful, threatening some mates. So Olivia is probably gonna hide through here. And once the checks are gone, these rooks will create a mating net. In fact, black is threatening rook f1, king g2, rook f2, mate. Black has done the right thing to sacrifice the queen, because those pieces are usually very well coordinated to create threats. Knights protect one another, now the rook just needs to find a way to... Okay, it's not easy, but it's easier to play, I think, for black than it is for white. So this game ended in a draw. So did this, I remember, and Mehmet, of course, he won. He always wins with this combination of 2 bishops and a rook. I think the other game he also won that, or maybe he had the knight and bishop and the rook or something. It's kind of cool to see. Okay, and with that, we have circled one more time the whole games. Okay, so it's 11:35. How many games? We have a lot of games remaining. All right, my friends, I will take the final break of the day. I apologize about that. I am going to get a little bit of reinforcement, some kind of energy, and then I will be back all energized, making sure Regina is okay too. I will leave you with the top boards, so you can have something. You can always check out the link on chess.com to make sure that you stay notified with what is happening. You're heading out. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. I hope I'll see you tomorrow as well. I'll be here for the final 2 days, 2 games. 2 days, no, only one day. I appreciate you stopping by. It means a lot. And I will be back in about maximum 10 minutes. I want to be energized and ready for the big finish of this round. So I'm leaving you with the positions. Stay close. Thanks for being here. All right, everyone, I'm back, refreshed, hopefully, for the final minutes of this round 5 of K-12 grade championships. Let's see what we've missed in the remaining games. So this game looks like it finished in a draw. Not sure if did this actually happen. Wait, did it? I hadn't realized that that was a blunder. Why was that a blunder? Did Black have some winning chance here? Not like that. It's like this. So the idea is now if you're gonna attack the rook, we can play here. And then you remain pinned. Uh-oh. So if this actually happened, William will not be happy because like he almost had some idea here to try to actually play for a win. Just rook g3. Okay, if h4 is played, this move stops, of course, h4 and allow the king to go to h2, but then Black is probably able to bring in the king into the game, and the idea is just not to stay cut off and just kind of bring the king to try to get this pawn. And the idea is, okay, we cannot touch the knight. If we touch the knight, then there's rook g, bishop f7 and escape the pin. But as long as we don't, so like if white plays here, maybe this. Okay, so there was potentially, if these moves are actually played on the board, there was potentially a chance. I'm not sure if they were played or they were analyzing after, but likely that was actually played in the game. This position still looks relatively balanced. And if you ask me which is better, the knight or the bishop, I'd probably say the knight if I make it there. But neither of the sides really has objective ways to put pressure on any of the weaknesses. So right now, maybe just go king g3 to protect the weakness, and then knight c4. Wow. Check this out. Rook takes. Did I see this already? I don't know. I don't know if I saw it or not, but I'm just impressed by this move. It's gonna be a tough one for Amog. He's losing another game. With rook e2. I mean, the position is not that bad, but tactics is always scary when you have to deal with some situation that was unexpected, some tactical idea that you did not predict. It's always hard to wrap your head around it. So rook e2 and rook takes f3. There's just triple attack here in d4, and black simply wins after that. I don't know if this would have worked, but it is a way for white. How do we stop a2? Just rook e2 now. We can stop it. The bishop still protects the pawn. I mean, white should not have that many troubles to get a draw. If you go knight c1, I think we have rook c2. Tough loss for black, for white in that position. Another rook endgame gone wrong, and white just wins. Rook a4. It's so easy to forget about these moves. It's so easy because you're really not expecting it would happen, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, rook a4. Brilliant. Trade the rooks. Pawn promotes first, we check. If you do that, okay, we do that. I mean, we promote to check, we don't trade the rooks. You can trade if you want, but tough one there too. What happened over here? This is the one that Vesegaran actually had a better position had he played bishop e2 g4 earlier. Here I'm not quite sure if there will really be some way for what bishop h1. Okay, that's a bit too much. Perpetual. How many times did they repeat? Okay, finally. I felt that they repeated forever. Okay, 3 times the same position, claimed a draw. That's a good one for Vasegaran, taking down the highest rated player in the competition. Some of you have asked me who's the highest rated in the entire field of 12 grades. And it is Eric Zhao, and he was held to a draw by FIDE Master Vasegaran, Nanda Kumar. Logan has won in the end, so we were around here, and I suggested on bishop f5. Okay, I actually was looking at e4 too. I think we were discussing, but Logan chose bishop f5. Okay, and rook takes g2. Okay, so no wonder someone stopped by the stream and told me, was it the streaming lad? Rook takes g2. Cute finish by Logan, and now the two bishops are. Wait, why did he take? Doesn't. I thought I saw something. I don't know. Maybe now we can play this move, rook a2, or maybe we can go rook f8. Maybe. I guess you just decided to take it. I mean, this should be more than enough. I don't know why I thought in this position instead of taking check could work, but I'm not seeing a way to reach h2 with the queen, so you still have to take the rook eventually. If you go queen h5, king back to g2, do you have a way to swindle somehow? I mean, it's not adding anything if I bring the queen here, does it? Does it add anything? No. So it's about the same. Because we don't have some queen g3 or some way to reach h2, basically. Okay, but he has found a way. He has more than enough material. Queen c2, cute. Nice finish by Logan there. So Iris was winning here. There was not supposed to be any perpetual check. Let's see if she was able to escape the checks, and she stays up a piece after Black missed the opportunity. Okay, extra piece. She's supposed to be winning this relatively fast. Very nice win by Iris. So her opponent, Jerry, missed the opportunity to maintain equality in this position with the move knight f8. That was taking the knight away from the attack, protecting the weakness in e6. And okay, if you trade here, we can just recapture. Even with the pawn might work, but I like queen, and everything is somewhat protected. Okay, maybe you can capture there, but Black can find a way to bring the rook into play, and likely could have drawn that game. Abiram had won this. We have seen it, winning the piece. Whatever happened in this game? What's the current position? Still quite balanced. What did Will do? Okay. F6 seems to keep everything under control. I'm not sure what to expect here. Bishop takes h2. Lovely. Lovely, but not for white. Stephen was doing so well. This is a tough one for him. Oh, Stephen. This is tough. Elshan, hey, how are you doing? Wait, good night? You came by to say good night, and now you're leaving? Sad. Sad. Very sad. Does knight c5... What did Celine do? Did you see Celine's game? Did you see her game? Knight c5? Which moment knight c5? In which game? Not this one for sure. There's no knight c5. Maybe I missed. This was a gorgeous win. Gorgeous. Remember, don't ever allow your opponent to open up files. I mean, after this move, black is lost. Just look at this beauty. Trade everything, sack the rook, nobody cares about it, and then f4. And you see? It is over. Very nice. You care? Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused, Elshram. Which game are you talking about? Draw. Yeah, I felt that Didier didn't really. Finally, he plays f4, but this is a bit too late. Uh-oh. Is white getting mated? Oh, unreal. No. This is... Oh, this is sad. It's the third game, guys. It's getting... Everyone is getting... Oh my god, this is a cute finish. Look at this finish. h5. Yeah, the game with h5. Yeah, of course, in that position, h5. Of course. I know. Don't worry. You can read Chess Life online. Sadly, this must go to JJ. Yeah, JJ is... JJ has received like 19 positions for yesterday. I'm curious how many he's gonna receive for today. For Super Nationals, I think I gave him 30 some, I don't know, 30 something positions. He said it was a record of positions. This is a cute finish by Bobby. Very nice one, Bobby. I want to catch up with the... Okay, nothing fancy here. I'm getting to Celine's game. She had a really great game, but at some point she missed some opportunities, Elshan. This game still looks balanced. I mean, oh, they drew. Okay, I think we checked that one. This was a draw too. Is black gonna lose this endgame? Oh no. D7 might have been too soon. B6, because you're stopping black from getting there. So if they go rook b8, now you can go b7. They still can't take because you go d7, and then when they go there, bam. So d7 might have been a bit too soon, but maybe white is still winning. But d7 allows... Oh wait, oh no, apologies. She won? Very nice, very nice. Wait a second. Oh, it's actually not too soon. I thought there's a check, but we should be winning here, right? b6 anyways, or wait, b6. We don't have time for b6. Is this winning? Nope. There's white winning here. Maybe we just... No. I'm confused. Why is... Um, because of the A pawn, I'm having trouble understanding the win here for white. Because if I go rook d4, a3, I don't think I'm... Anytime I go after this pawn, I will stay... It will be a draw. So actually, where is the win? So if we go d8, rook takes d8. Okay, what if we go h4 here? If we go h4, h4 it has to be. This is actually so interesting because basically what happens now is you go a3, we go h5, you go a2, we take it, we have to, and now you have to figure out what you take, but you're probably gonna try this, and what happens is we stay with this pawn, which means now after the capture, white should be able to win because we're not giving up. The king protects that, the rook protects this, and we should be able to win because we still have this pawn and we keep the king. Well, this was that was deep. Okay, and white won. Very nice. Oh, what a cute move, but it's not over, but it's a cute move. Taking advantage of the back rank. I was gonna say background. Like, yes, make sure the background looks beautiful when you're gonna... Okay, did they repeat? Three-fault. Okay, draw in this game. Wow, Celine ended up winning. That was such a beautiful game. Very well played. Though the most important moment to me was here. If Black had played here, just curious if Celine would have found the only winning move that I believe it is. I didn't check it with the engine, but the bar doesn't change. So we presume King d1 was the winning move, not long castle, because after long castle, Black would have played bishop c8, bringing the bishop on that side, threatening a2, and Black would have had plenty of counterplay to get back into the game. But Black playing bishop e7, it gave some chances. And once again, another cute idea that White could have done. And you always have to double check all the moves. Don't automatically make the move that you think has to be played. Even if there are moves that seem, well, this cannot be played here. Come on, like why would you even consider it? Well, yeah, in this position, bishop c3 actually is the best move because when Black captures, you are going to get that bishop, and then you are going to find your way to bring in the queen back into the game, and trading one more piece is always helpful because what happened in the game is Black did remain with the bishop pair, and I think it was more difficult than it would have been without it, but in the end I see Celine was able to outplay her opponent, and she did in fact win. She's up on exchange, so she kind of got something similar, and cute finish. Very nice. Okay. Olivia has won her game too. It's probably just escaped the checks. This was a game where there were a bunch of checks, so the king did come that way. I believe, have we seen this in game? I think so. Wait. Wait a second. Isn't rook f2 the winning move? And if you start checks, I'm just approaching your rook. Ah, wait. There's this one. 1 second. How do I win here? 1 second. Because you go rook h6 and you take my pawn, and I don't have time to go h3 in 1 moment. 1 moment here. What's the winning continuation for black? So could we go king g4? This endgame, by the way, king and pawn endgame is... It's a draw, huh? This is not the one I was thinking of. If we do this, we lose, right? Because h3, and if you come back, there's h2. So we need to go king g1. And the key move here is king g1. That's how you draw with white. It's so easy to forget this idea. I almost forgot it. King g1, draw. Of course, don't take, because after king f2, you're losing. But you go king g1, and this is a draw. So what is black's winning idea in this position is the question. Ah, okay, I think I know. This. 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 Sorry. So now if you take, we don't take. If we take king f1 and it's a draw, we go queen rook here, and you go. Now we can go king f2, and we're winning the Lucena position. It's very, very instructive and important to keep that in mind, by the way. So rook f2 and bring it on. Now checky, I go here. Another important move, because I think if I go here, I'm not winning anymore after this, because the king is too far away from protecting and there's no mate in the background. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, sorry guys. So where's my line? Okay. So here, check, here, check, here. If you take, I go over here again and you're sitting on a mate, so I'm winning, there's no checks or anything. And if you check me, now I go king c4, I've approached your rook enough, so if the rook was in a3, I believe white could have gotten the draw, because here we would have checked, and yet the king, if it comes to b3, then we take and it's a draw. But here, you have to move the rook wherever you move it, it doesn't matter. Now I take, and even if you give the check, I come right back, and the issue is the back rank, so I don't have time to take because of this. So that would have been the win. But wait a second, looks like black didn't find it. So white has a draw. So how did white not draw this? Oh, that's how white didn't draw it. Oh my goodness, I saw it but I forgot. I was just so focused on trying to find the win. This is sad. No, this is so sad. Just go back. There's no win at this point. The king just stays in g1 and the rook. I think white forgot that the king and pawn is a draw. I think that's what happened. I probably thought somehow his rook was gonna be traded after, but there's no trade because we just check. So I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. The time, it was probably because of time. That is a tough loss. Draw, draw, draw. One. This is about to be a win for... It was over. White didn't know how to win this. Okay, they play till mate. Okay. And how many games do we have left, my friends? None. Everything is over. What a night. Wow, this must have been the most intense evening ever, chess-wise, from the exciting chess, the tactical ideas, the end games. I mean, it brought it all. It brought active chess, positional chess, dramatic finishes, unexpected turnarounds, and in the end it was over. And tomorrow there'll be another day, and that's why I'm always telling you, remember to appreciate every single result. It's really part of your overall process. It's tough if a loss is happening, but you need to remember it's always part of the game and you'll have a lot to learn. I really appreciate all of you guys sticking with me this entire time. Be sure to check out Chess Life Online, where JJ is going to post the report for today's round, and hopefully a lot of positions from me. With my favorite moments, it's gonna be tough to choose some, so I might give him way too many once again. I better go get ready because it's already midnight, and tomorrow we'll be back with 2 more rounds of exciting chess. I will do a recap of the standings and pairings tomorrow when I get live, but just as a reminder to all of you that tomorrow is the last day of this competition. Round 1 of the day and round 6 actually starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so I'll be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and then for the final round it starts at 2 p.m., which is actually 5 p.m. Eastern time. So I am really looking forward to tomorrow. I certainly hope you can join me, same as today. Again, thank you so much, US Chess, for having me here. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and if you're a competitor in this event, I wish you good luck in the final game. Give it your best shot and try to finish as close to the top as you can. Thanks so much for watching, and see you guys very soon.